All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm just waiting for Jucao to get on the line, and then we'll start talking about whatever comes up, whatever topics. So send your little questions, and we'll see what happens. So some of the things that I probably want to discuss with him when he comes on is the whole thing, the whole picture that is all over the internet about Conor McGregor leaving SGB or SBG in Ireland and joining a team in Atlanta, ATT Atlanta, which Jucao is the head coach of. And I want to know exactly what happened, because is it all fake news or what's going on with that? So we'll hear from him when he comes on. Also, we'll talk about the fighters that he coaches. He's coached some of the biggest names in the world, Junior Dos Santos, Bigfoot Silva, and currently he's probably coaching one of the best, if not the best, welterweight in the world, who is Douglas Lima. We'll talk about training him and getting him ready for that welterweight tournament. Talk about the big win he had against Korshkov, and the game plan and the training camp and everything that went down with that. Also, we'll be discussing just random topics. I wanted to talk to him about his role in the movie Warrior. I don't know if you guys know that he was in that movie. He was one of the fighters, I believe. We'll talk about that. We'll get into that. And yeah, Anderson Silva. We'll talk about Anderson Silva. He's fighting this weekend. Jucao actually fought him. Let me just message him. Yeah. We'll talk to him about that. Anderson Silva, him fighting Israel Adesanya, what he thinks about that. Colby Covington, I've had Jucao on the podcast before, and we talked about Colby Covington because Jucao, he is a long-time member of American Top Team. Also, he's from the original Brazilian Top Team, and Colby Covington said some things about Brazilians, and Jucao had his say about it. But I wanted to know, what he felt about all the stuff that's happening with Colby Covington now, and pick his brain about that. And if you guys got questions,
Hey, John,
what's going on, Jucao?
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
So should I keep the phone like this or like that?
That looks good.
This look good too?
Yeah, it looked good. Anyway,
All right, all
all
right.
right. So let's get right into it, Jucao. You took a
What's up,
picture.
man?
You took a picture with McGregor,
I know. I
and
know it's
now
the
it's
first question.
yeah. What happened? Tell us, like, because I know the Super Bowl, it happened in Atlanta, right? And
Yeah.
Connor was there for the Super Bowl with his son, and
Mm-hmm.
then I think the picture was put up I think the next day, and then people
Yeah.
went crazy with rumors or whatever. So tell me,
Yeah.
what exactly happened. When you went to the gym, did you know he was there waiting, or did you just show up and you're like, oh,
No, man.
dude is here?
I had a we have friends in common. George Lockhart. So I don't know if you heard about Lockhart. Lockhart is the guy who do a diet for the UFC fighters right now, and also do the diet for McGregor. Like long time. And George like hit me up like, "Hey man, McGregor wants to train. Can he use your gym?" I said, "Man, of course. What specifically he wants? Oh, he just wants to like use the gym. And we started the conversation like this, and then like, no problem, man. I mean, I'm gonna teach class on Monday morning at noon was, oh, I said, you guys can come at 11, there's nobody there, or you guys can come at 1. And then they changed the plans and come 10:30, you know. And he asked me like, man, you don't mind to like you have somebody to drill with the hand, and do some position with the hand. If of course if you can, I said, yeah, definitely, man, I'm gonna be there. Anyway, and then like I got there, he was there with his team. We start to like stretch and talk about everything. When he went to Rio, I was there. Talk about few things, and then he's like, look at me like, hey man, you want to roll? I said, yeah, of course, man, why not? And then we do it like one roll, 5 minutes, and then he did the second roll, another five, and then did the third. I have to be honest, like it's my first training after my fight, so I guess a little bit, and he's like, come on, man, let's go, one more. And then I figure like, oh, he won a championships how he won a 5 minute round. And then we did 5 minutes. We rolled for five minute rounds, and he liked a lot. We exchange experience. We exchange like, I show him some tricks in that. Just let my doors open for him. Whenever he wanna come, he's gonna be welcome. Change my what I thought about him. He's super nice guy, so respectful. I only have like a good things to tell about him. So, and it's not for, John. It's not for anyone come to one strain, Gene. No, you have like a black belt. I'm not gonna call myself badass, but I'm legit black belt, and man, and call me to roll, and then and the fact I am having him. You know what I mean? So, and then we did it, push the pace, ta 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 ta. Ta. When I saw was five rolls, 5 minute rounds. I guys like his attitude have to have a balls to do that. I have experience to train with a lot of champions, and they don't have a. Not gonna say it's fear, but he's a he's a he's a real martial artist. You know what I mean? Like he
Mhm.
calm and like and I don't like to say anything about the train, but he got some adversities, and then he's like, hey man, one more, and like, oh, okay, you know, and then he's like, oh yeah man, one more. I said, motherfucker, man. He was in tremendous, sorry for the curse, he was in great shape, really good shape. You have a good team around him. I saw one a doctor Lockhart do his diet. You have a guy. He's a wrestling Russian. He's I think he's Russia, yeah. Champion who train him right now can see the high caliber wrestler, you know. So what's fun, man? What's man? Then after that, I don't ask him anything to post to do anything. I just took a picture with him and post on my social media, post man, and then start to explode. And then I saw he posted picture on his social media, but I don't ask him, he did it. I'm like, wow. My Instagram, my man, my all social media, Twitter, everything, went crazy. Talking about calls, people call me, you know, all different like a search, try to figure it out what's going on, and then the rumors. Like, oh man, you're gonna be the next head coach, Oh man, I said, man, no, man. Hey, this is a fake news, man. We don't. Well, he might like the train. I'm sure he like, but we don't have any kind of conversation, that I'm gonna be strained, He might, I don't know. He might in the future. I let the doors open. If he wants my help, I definitely want to help him, And to be honest to me, and I'm gonna be accomplishment if I make be able to do what I'm gonna tell him to do and beat the guy who beat him. That's my point. That make me like wow, yeah, like making me like yes, you know. I don't care about his money. I don't care about his Conor McGregor. I don't give a damn about it. My final goal is the victory, man. It's like bring some guys from their adversity, to conquer the results. That's my philosophy. You know.
Yeah, when all that stuff was blowing up and people were throwing rumors out there, it's all over the place. You probably had to turn your phone off. You're just probably like, what is wrong with people?
Bro,
Just like one picture is just makes it crazy. That's how big of an impact he can have in the
crazy.
world.
Wow. Wow. It's crazy. I have a message on my social media, probably like more than 100 message on my inbox. People from everywhere in the world. India, let's try. India, Russia, Brazil, USA, all Europe, French, and so many crazy questions and like how is the train goes, can you train me, I can be better than him, hey, tell
Mhm.
McGregor. Man, crazy, bro, crazy,
Well,
crazy.
at the end of the day, it's great advertisement for
Yeah, it is.
him,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you gotta
My
look at the
students got
positives of it.
Yes, my student got excited, my everybody the gym got so excited because I don't tell nobody. The guy who teach Mike, my student who teach 10, he was the gym. When they switched the time, I'm like, hey, Mike, you're at the gym already? Yeah, coach, I'm 5 minutes to the gym. I say, oh, cool. By the way, man, we might going to train just morning 10:30, You have to put somebody to teach your class. And he said, oh, really? Why? Oh, I have a special guest. So Conor McGregor's going to come. And he laughed like, okay, coach, I'm here anyway. He kind of don't believe in me. He thought I was joking. And I saw I was watching the camera on my phone. I could see his expression like when McGregor like come to the gym. Was funny, man. Was like was cool day, man. But I'm not
Of
get
course,
that
man.
that that John. I don't get that the thing got on my mind. Dang,
Mhm.
because I'm not gonna say be in that platform, but I'm waiting for the UFC, and then I'm out, and then I fought in UFC again, and then I'm out. I know what it is, man. I know what the people are capable to do for just hanging out for with you because you're a fighter, because especially McGregor, man, he's a millionaire.
Mhm.
People is a, I mean, he's the guy, he's the man. But like you say, it's good for advertise. But I get myself, I have my goals here with my guys, with my boys. That's what matter for me. Right now, we're looking for Bellator Welterweight Championship. That's the goal. You know.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
You got one of the best guys in the world at welterweight. Douglas Lima. Let's go back and talk about the fight against Koreshkov. I thought that he had a brilliant game plan. Was that the game plan when you guys went in? Is to, keep the distance, beat up the legs, keep it off the ground,
Yeah.
and then when it's time to go in, go to the ground and choke him out?
It's like definitely like don't avoid the takedowns. You know, Douglas had a wrestling coach, Dustin. I mean, he did a great job, like with the takedown defense. I was training his wrestling too, but was too much for me training wrestling, training his strike, training his jiu-jitsu, training overall. Was like a tremendous, I mean, amazing job those guys that guy did it with Douglas. And I just like gotta like I mean, at that fight before we get in, I saw Korishkov like a worm. I saw his feet. He was worm with southpaw. I said, huh, no, I don't believe that guy want to come with southpaw, man. Guess what? Start the fight. He put the southpaw stance. I'm like, oh man, this guy's crazy, man. He make the wrong strategy, like change the base. Just because Douglas kicked his lead leg the last time, he's gonna be worse. Guess what? It's the same, and I think kill his game because I'm sure he was good when he shoot with like orthodox stance, and he was trying to shoot Douglas with a double leg with like a or southpaw, and I think make worse. And we keep on doing the strategy like keep the fight on the feet, no takedowns, and eventually gonna broke him. and we're going to the ground. That was the plan. I think, and to be honest, make it easy for us. Not gonna say make it easy, but make it better because he switched for southpaw. I Douglas would kick his leg anyways,
Mm.
but it would be I think it would be a little bit difficult with he play with the normal base, So he's a man. He's to be honest, that fight should be the final. I'm sure if you put Korishkov on the other side, he would beat everybody. Not all respect for all the fighters on the other brackets decide, but it was the anticipated final from the tournament.
Well, going back to the previous fight where he lost the title, right, versus Rory. Um,
Yeah.
in that fight, a lot of people thought that Douglas might have won that fight. Did he? What was his attitude after that? Did he decide to change some things up? And you as a coach, did you decide like, hey, you need to change some things, or we're not gonna go far in this tournament?
Wesley, more Wesley, you
Mm.
know. But in your mind, we won the fight. Period. We won the fight. Come on, man. The guy could stand. He goes straight to the ambulance. You know, we go straight to the ambulance, and I, I mean, we lost. I'm not. We won the fight, but we give the fight to him when Hori took him down and finished on top. But he did damage. The new rules over there. I mean, the new rules from the MMA they changed. It's more damage. You can hold myself, mouth, take my back. But if you don't damage, doesn't mean nothing. That's what the new rule said. Man, look at his leg, bro. You know, look at his leg. He got a. I'm sure he remember Douglas for a long time after the fight.
Or
You
when you're
know.
watching at home, the camera is zooming in on his leg the whole
Oh,
time.
was
After the fight, he couldn't walk. They're zooming on his leg. His leg looked like, I don't even. It's hard to describe. It just looked like a mashed potatoes or something with like blue
oh
and
was
purple and black all over it. So,
was
yeah, and now the tournament, Douglas fought the first fight of the tournament, and you see like the other fights going on. They haven't happened yet, but let's talk about some of the other fights. Like Rory's on the other side of the bracket. He's gonna fight John
John Fruit.
Fitch. Like, how do you feel about that fight? Do you feel that John Fitch can turn back the clock and beat Rory, or is Rory just too good?
I don't know what John Fit is coming. He haven't fight for a while, you know. But I believe John Fit have a game to beat him.
Mm.
You know, John Fit on the field, I don't think so. It's gonna be interesting fight, man. Gonna be really interesting. Really interesting fight. But John Fit definitely have a game to beat him. You know, and I feel like this. If John Fit pass right for Rory, I don't think he can beat Nieman Gracie.
Mhm.
But I think if Rory pass, I think Rory is a hard fight for Nieman Gracie. You know, that's my thoughts. You
Yeah, I
know,
forgot about Nieman Gracie. He surprised everybody,
yeah,
right?
man.
Did he surprise you when he beat Ed Ruth?
A little bit, a little bit. I know. Neyman since he was kid,
Mhm.
back in the days in Custom Race. His daddy, Macaron, bring him to train with us. And he's legit, man. He trained since he's kid. When he got that kind of DNA, when you train, not like he decided like when he turned 18 years old, oh, 20 something, 22, oh, I'm gonna be an MMA fighter. No, that kid trained since he born. His DNA it's fight since he born. Hanging out with his family. I mean, we should respect that. Don't feel that's the fact to be the champion, but that means a lot. And yeah, man, I think Root is gonna be the one on the other side. I thought that's like the joy of the MMA. You never know. One
nobody's
punch, one
nobody's
move.
nobody's right all the time in MMA. That's the
Yeah,
beautiful thing.
yeah, yeah. Exactly, man. That's why you need to work hard day by day, man. Day by day, day by day. And let's see what happens, man.
Well, on Douglas's side, you have Paul Daly. He's gonna take on MVP. MVP. He's fought a lot of guys, but a lot of people, they criticize the level of talent that he has faced, and I think Paul Daly is probably going to be the biggest test for him, right? What do you
Yeah,
think of this matchup?
I am against Douglas. I think MVP is going to pass to Paul Daly.
Mhm.
I think. I think there is a 5 rounds. I think is more for MVP. You know, I I I mean, can be wrong, but I think MVP is gonna pass to Daly. You know,
All these fights are 5 rounds, which is crazy, right?
yeah.
Now, does that make it much more different, like the fights, the matchups, because you have to prepare for 25 minutes?
You just like have to adjust your train. Like when you're sparring, you have to go at least 6 rounds, 5, 6 rounds. Want to you know turn it on and the five like for real. You know, and one thing I have been doing with Douglas right now, we don't spy that much. We just do one spy for a week. The other day we supposed to spy, but we do a technical training, like technical sparring. It's push hard too, man. It's like sometimes it's better you spy than do the technical ones. But it just like a less damage because you're going to fight 5 minute rounds. It's a lot. It's long. You cannot like a kill. You have to really, you know, like do a smart camp to not burn yourself. And I have it through some camps. I have that kind of experience. I saw some fighters burn themselves, and when they go do 5 rounds, they kind of slowing or he gas or he fatigue because he's training super hard. So it is what it is. We're gonna fight 25 minutes. You have to have like a quality 50 minutes, 1 hour. I mean, what makes sense? You train like for 2 hours. You're gonna fight 25. I thought I know you can train 2 hours, but you need to see how intensity you're gonna train for just 2 hours. And I saw some guys like a train for 2 hours like a crazy. I mean, don't make sense in my mind because you're gonna fight 25 minutes. You train hard for 2 hours. Every session you go 2 hours, and then you train super hard for 2 hours. You burn yourself. You cannot perform well in 25 minutes. That's like I have a training with Douglas right now. And you can feel he's more. With Diego, his brother too. You can feel they are like you feel the desire to train, man. You cannot like go to the gym like wow, damn, miserable. Oh shit, I need to train. Oh my god, because you keep in burn. Like you how to say you you burning out.
You got to reserve your energy,
Sure,
pace
you
yourself.
have to manage it.
Mhm.
It's like the guy who run like 100 meters, right? Most of the time they're strong. They have teeth legs. Like man, they don't train marathon, right? They do a shortly period, like 50 meters, and then they go like 60, and then they go 100, and then they go 10 meters. They keep in train like the first 10, the first 2 seconds, how they start the race. Down, you don't see guys like who run like 100 meters like a running marathon. You know what I mean? And you also don't see the guys who run a marathon running only 100 meters. You know, that's my philosophy. That's what I think. I haven't see guys like a train forever, and you know, you haven't managed that. That's right. What I think.
But
man.
you're OG. You're an old school guy. You know, like old school mentality is like you
Because
train
of
until you're
this.
dead.
Because of this. Because of this. Because back in the days we trained for 3 hours. Super hard. And I saw some guys at the gym like amazing at the gym, but they could perform as well because. And then if oh shit, what happened? Man, you got nervous. You got this. You got that. No, it's the way you train. And sparring like three times a week, hard. Try to take the hat off. Blah, 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 blah. Man, you don't. And then the guy just touch your head, and then and then just you saw guys like, oh man, he don't have a chin. No, it's not about he don't have a chin, man. It's about he have passed through too many wars, at the gym, and you need to save that. If you want to like a long career, like you have to save that. Man, I'm 40 years old, I'm still fighting. I fought last week and, on ACA, and I think when I got my 30 years old, I start to be smart, a little bit smart. My 20s, I was crazy, but I start to be smart. I start to like, hey, oh, that's not the good way, and I have like some like a notes, for example. I do my camp, right? At the same time, I saw so many fighters, and I keep doing my notes, not like what he do, like what he did it, what we did it, and how they performance. And like, oh man, this guy don't perform. Oh, this guy perform well. Oh yeah, but he like he push. He push on the right time. He go hard on the right time. The time when he need to recover, he did it. Even Carson Grace Sr., Carson Grace Sr. back in the days, like you come to the gym, and he start to see like you don't go really well. He's like, stop, 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 stop. What happened? What happened? Go home, go home. No, 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 coach. No, Carson, no, Carson. I want to train. I want to train. No, 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 no. You go rest. You go rest, okay? I don't want to see you self in the gym today. Go rest. You see his mentality because the guy will start to get like fatigue. He was start to burn, and he's like, whoo. Everybody got pissed. I saw him do it many times with so many champions. Like, man, go home. He stopped the train right on. The guy was all material, shin guard, everything. Gloves, mouthpiece, everything. Stop, 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 stop. What? Go home, go home, go home, go home. He kind of have the feeling. When the guy have the burnout. I took this with him too. It's kind of funny. But yeah, you need in those days you need to be smart. It's a really competitive. It's I mean, if you want like a long career, you need to take care by yourself. If you're not, you're gonna fight for a couple of years. You know.
Do you think a lot of guys, when they train too hard, and that affects their fighting in the cage, and then they decide to retire too early because their coach most likely didn't guide them properly through their
I
training?
agree.
Do you think a lot of guys like stopped early because of that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I totally agree with you. You know, give example. Give a clear example to you. Right. Let's gonna talk about the vets, like old school guys. Right. So back the days, Chuck Liddell would never lost for Tito. Right. He beat him like twice, I think.
Hmm.
Right, twice, and then they turned old. Guess what, man? Tito knocked him out. And back in the days, you can never imagine, never say, "Oh, Tito's gonna knock Chuck Liddell out." Nah, no way. There's a clear example. Why? Chuck Liddell, he burned himself too much in the train, too much spine, too much, punch in the face. And on the other side, Tito is more grapple. He trained more Western Jiu-Jitsu. He did box too, you know. But what I see, he do more like a technical, meets, bags. He might spine a little bit, but not that much. Guess what? Look at him right now. You know, that's a clear example. Like Tito sees they might have a 40 something, and Tito looking great. He fought at Chell. Chell is a little, probably is like 30. something, you know. I mean, that's example, man. How he took himself. I mean, Tito like probably start fight before yeah, he probably started before, you know. And look at him right now with okay, two like a vet guys, two veteran guys fight, but you see the difference between, you know, one and another. Because in the beginner, man, Chuck Liddell like took him as a kid, play with him, right? And why the years pass, why Chuck Liddell cannot perform the way he did it on the past with Tito? Because they, I mean, it's the way they train, you know. And like, and answer your question, yes, I believe a lot of kids they retire because they don't know how they train. You know, they don't know how they train. It's clear. I can see so many guys did not go that long. You know, I love the kid. He's gonna fight Barbosa right now. He came
Gaethje.
from. Oh my god! Oh my god! He's such a talent, super tough kid. I don't see he go that long.
Mhm.
I don't see he go there. Extremely like conditioning, you know, high level wrestling, but he don't use his wrestling. He don't use it overall. Give another example for the guy who, for me, he's the greatest. Okay, and if you take him right now, he can fight in high level because he's smart when he train. GSP is another example. You know, look how he perform against Bisping. You know, like years and years without fight, but he come. You know, people say, "Oh, but Bisping was easy fight." Hey, hold on, Bisping knock him out, Hawk hold, and Hawk hold is not easy fight for me. You know, it is what it is. Knock him out the guy, period. And then Chuck Liddell knock the guy who knocked the guy. You know, and I'm true believe if you take like a GSP right now and put him to fight Tyron Woodley, would be a hard fight for Tyron Woodley. Woodley is my fight, is my guy, you know, but he definitely have to work his ass off because yeah, GSP is the man. And look at man how years he come and train and put himself because he know how they train. That's simple, you know.
Another fighter that you have is Douglas's brother, Diego. You know, he did two times. He was on the Ultimate Fighter twice, and I remember not too long ago that he was almost about to retire from fighting, but now he's back in the UFC, right? And
Uh huh.
and doing his thing, right? Like, what changed with him? What made him
Man,
decide to continue?
Diego is the guy most resilient what I met in my life. You know, he's Diego is, I mean, his mindset is like unbelievable. I never met a guy, I mean, who really believe on himself by the I mean, you know, when people say, "No, should retire," you know, remember, retire for what?
Mhm.
You know, he loved what he trained, and he loved training. He loved like evolve as a fighter, you know. And what I feeling right now, Diego have the maturity, you know, the mature. He's mature right now. He find out himself, you know. Not say, you know, not wrong. He did it. He trained super hard for the two finals on the Ultimate Fighter. He lost the two, you know. But the last one, it is what it is. JT was on the pits.
Mhm.
He got a pop like right after. We could see him, you know, super jack. They don't test them before because it was the tough. You know, when they sign with UFC, he signed with, then we signed the contract, and they have to sign, figure out the things for Uzada. Uzada knocked his door the next day, and he popped. You know, and he popped for substance to keep the testosterone like a high.
Mhm.
What that means? You use the TRT, right, the testosterone, but for you, when you stop to use, you need to take something to keep like to not get your testosterone get low. What that means? That means at the fight, he was, man. What makes sense? He just took a substance to keep the testosterone high, to not let the testosterone get low. You know, obviously he was on the pits. You could see, But he lost the fight. He beat Diego. But Diego just like evolve. And another thing was, I'm not gonna say hard, but people compare him with Douglas. Oh man, who's the better man? Who's the best? Hey, listen, it's two different guys. They are brothers, two different styles. Diego have more accuracy. Douglas have accuracy, but have more power. You know, Diego is a fast and accuracy guy. You know, and he find himself as a fighter right now. He just find himself. He like you can see. I mean, one knockout, walk out, knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he throw the left hook. The guy found down. He walk away. Just one punch. And you see it when he fought JT was the same. He connect one left hook. The guy, you know, he should be calm and like finish the fight, but he did. I mean, he got emotional, get inside and scramble, and the guy recover and get on the feet. His accuracy is like unbelievable. And we have a trained a lot. We went to American Top Team. We have a great experience over there with like so many guys. Anthony Martin helped us a lot. Before this fight, and I want to give shout out for Anthony Martin, um, Santiago Pozinibio. You know, helped us a lot. We trained together. I trained Santiago too, and who else? Steve Mako, Mike Brown. We have a great camp for this last fight. And Diego, like I said, man, he's getting better and better and better and better. He finds himself right now. And he's resilient. He don't stop. I mean, doesn't matter what's gonna happen. He put in his mind. He keep going. He keep going. I never see some resilient guy as Diego. He's definitely a example for me.
What other fighters do you have in your fight team that are like the
We
up
have
and coming guys we might not know about yet?
Mike Graves.
Mm.
He used to fight for UFC. He got some problems now for a Titan. You have Jordan. I forget his last name. He's UFC fighter too. Jordan. Oh my God, they call him Jordan. I forgot his last name. He's a fought in UFC 145. He just dropped to 145 right now. We have Tubbs. He's my strike coach. He's 185. We're looking for putting him in the big league. He fought him on local event, but sooner or later he's gonna be on the real deal. I used to have Juan Porta. He trained with us. Now he's American Top Team. He's a Titan champion, 125. Man, I have a bunch, man. We have a Trishon. Trishon is a guy he trained with Diego and Douglas. He's a welterweight. He's a 3-0. That kid definitely is gonna be a big deal. We have a guy who's trained with us, Bivon. Bivon, he fought in UFC. Now he's a Greg Jackson right now. He fought what's the name? The karate guy. He was the Ultimate Fight. He trained in Vegas. Now he trained with Kings with Rafael Cordeiro. Uriah Hall.
Machida?
Uriah Hall.
Oh, okay.
Uriah Hall. So Bivon fought Uriah Hall. He lost. He was beating Uriah Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So Bivon used to train with us. We have a solid team right here. We have two grapples, two brothers, Sergio Argila and Paul Argila. They both is fought in Abu Dhabi. No gi. I mean, they just do no gi. Amazing, amazing. The guys is brilliant. We have a solid group right here, solid team.
But
Have
also, you in Atlanta, you got like other gyms too. You got the Sunsao brothers right out there, and you guys
yes,
are all kind
Assunção,
of working
yes,
working together, right?
yes. Assunção, they come train with us. Rafael, for this camp, I could not help him because I was busy training myself. But eventually, we are together and train. And Freddie, he just got hurt and he recovered from the ACL surgery, but he used to train together too. Was when everybody Brian Stan, he retired, but eventually he show up and help us. I remember one day, man, we had a OSP, Brian Stan, Alan Belcher, myself, Douglas Lima, Diego, all those guys, Rafael Assunção. I mean, was was crazy. Was crazy. Was like 2 3 months. All we all were trained together. Alan Belcher, he live in Louisiana. It's not far from here. Camp George Hickman. George Hickman was there. Frank, he show up sometimes. Frank, he like most of the time because he was doing college, if I'm not wrong. He was busy doing his wrestling thing, and he came to the wrestling practice and kick everybody's ass.
What do
The
you
only
think
guy
about the
he could.
Hickman brothers? Like what they're doing now out in, Thailand and the team that they're building out there.
Amazing, man.
And you've known
Amazing.
them since they weren't even professionals, they weren't even coaches.
Amazing, 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 amazing. I'm so proud of Georgia and Frank right now. I feel like real proud. Always when I go to Thailand, I have a kind of jealous, but nice jealous, because the lifestyle they have, you know, and not about train, not about be a coach over there, because be a coach at Tiger Academy, I don't know if I can get it. It's too much, you know. But I'm talking about live the life right there. There's some jealous I'm talking about. No be a coach. Coach over there, it's a lot. There's so many fighters, But I'm so proud. They do the way they break down everything. They train amateurs, they train like beginners, amateur, and professional. They put like a definitely Tiger Muay Thai on the map. Who was Tiger Muay Thai before Frank and George? You know, Nobody know. Now like a lot of fighters want to go there because they know they have a quality, they have a proper coach over there. The weather's nice. You know, and so quick is George like took a maturity to deal with this, day by day learn, and a win and loss, like keeping going, and they do an amazing job over there. I'm so proud of them. I'm always by the way, I can't wait to go there March 3rd. I'm already bought my ticket. Spent 2 weeks over there. Me and Douglas, we're going to start the camp for the next fight in Thailand. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
good. I'm pretty sure they're happy to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We went there. We're going to train there with them. We're going to train with Leo. Leo is a Brazilian guy, who lived in Thailand for 12 years, 11, 12 years. And he speaks fluent Thailand. He's one of the, he's, to be honest, I think he's the best foreign coach who live in Thailand. Like guys is not from Thailand, who coach in Thailand. He have fighters in all big stages like Lupini and Raja, Bangla, then Phuket. They have so many champions. He trained Thai guys, Thai kids, you know. And I always when I go there, man, Douglas noticed that too. Douglas like, oh damn man, that's the guy. Because we absorb, a lot with them, you know with when you train with Thai, it's pretty good. They push yourself, but they don't have a patient to like, hey man, no, turn this, turn that, move this, move that. Leo not, he always fix. He's never perfect all the time, and I really love that. I love to learn, I love to, from mistakes because I know, I throw one punch, but I know I have mistakes, and I like somebody to like correct. And the good thing it is you see the difference when you work at the hand. Like, for example, you throw the kick and he starts to fix, turn your hips, turn your foot, turn your shoulder, turn your arm, and then you start to see the power with the kicks. Imagine Douglas, man. I remember one time he was fixed Douglas kicks. Oh my God, man, was power. Was you can see the power like wow, you know. And then we go to Tiger training wrestling over there. With Frankie, with guys, we train, we do jiu-jitsu. We have a good jiu-jitsu crew right there. Alex, have a Cooper right now. Cooper's legit, like, he live in Brazil. I did a nice role with him. Have Christian, Chris, who's a judo from Belgium, like amazing guy. It's a solid team right there, and we don't talk about weather. Weather is so nice. You know, the environment, the fruits, the food. You know, and it's good to like go out and because here we kind of have the comfort zone.
Mm.
And it's good always to go out and train with different people right there. So you'll be definitely going to be a good start for his next fight.
Well, you're saying that he's gonna start his camp for his next fight in the beginning of March. So you kind of have an idea of when he will be fighting next, because
May,
in May. So it was around that
May,
time that the next fight will happen.
May. Yes,
Okay.
they don't. I mean, I cannot say yet, but they have a date already.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what's going to happen with that fight. I truly believe like if they don't, I mean, hopefully they don't get hurt that bad.
Mhm.
But they already said May is the schedule to fight. So we go in March. We're going to train until April, and we're going to finish the training here in the US. That's the
So
plan.
Douglas is like itching, huh? He want to get back
He's
in
on,
there and get that belt back.
he's on, he's on fire, man. He's on fire. He's on fire.
Yeah,
He's
that last
motivated.
fight, he looked incredible in that last fight. It just looked his
He's
like I think technically he was just
yeah,
so much different than his previous fights. Like his game, it looked like he had this like that target of this game plan that he wanted, and he did it perfectly. He
yeah.
didn't let anything sidetrack him off that game plan, and he just did it. And at the end, just
John,
boom, he
yeah,
finished that fight.
was third fight with the boy. So first fight, man, I don't like to keep in talk because I don't want to sounds like excuse, but everybody know his knee was
Mm,
horrible. He could not. He fought because was long time he not fought, and money issues too. He need the money to pay the bills. Anyway, he fought. He lost by decision,
mm.
and then we come back. We beat Paul Daly and got the chance to fight the boy again. And then, well, guess what? He still got the same game plan, took Douglas down, but Douglas was way better defend. Boom, knocked the guy out. A lot of kicks. That's the fact. Like that's was the fact. Like who make he come to brawl with Douglas, and then we finish him, and then we make a perfect strategy for the third fight
Mhm.
because when we already fought three times, we definitely know each other. I know his camp, I know his coach, I know everything, his manager, and they know us too. We make this, the perfect like game plan. I think they, in my opinion, right, they did a mistake when they make the guy come with southpaw. That's what I think.
Well,
I'm we truly believe we're gonna win anyways, but it would be different if he come with like orthodox. You know,
of course,
that's
you
what I
you
think.
know you called it. You told me you saw it when it came out. So it is what it
And
is.
Douglas
So
too,
it
Douglas too,
happened.
Douglas too. Yeah, Douglas when Douglas was on the stage, he saw him worm with like orthodox, and I saw that too. I don't say anything to Douglas, when fight start, he come with southpaw. I'm like, oh, interesting, you know, and he tried to shoot Douglas with southpaw, you know, and Douglas when Douglas defend, got his time to defend and take down. I say, oh, now is it, now is it. I think he got confused on his own strategy. On his mind, he switched for southpaw and he thought he took Douglas down, but he could, you know. And he was. It's kind of hard, man. Like man, you fight orthodox your whole career. You knock a lot of people out. You have a lot of weapons, and then you switch for southpaw. You know, to face a pretty good strike.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I think you kind of get your game like a low. That's what I think. Even like the low kicks was there, but it's still, the best thing you had on your orthodox stance. That's what I think. I can be wrong.
Well, I wanted to ask you about Anderson Silva. He's gonna fight this weekend, and you fought Anderson Silva a long time ago because you're OG just like Anderson. When
Yeah.
you watch Anderson now and you look at this fight against Israel Adesanya. You know, Adesanya is like he is like Anderson. You know, he is very similar in many ways. But what differences, you know,
Uh-huh.
as a coach, do you see when their styles? What differences do you see from them?
I think Anderson is more the advantage like a designer have. He's young. He have more. I mean, more. Not gonna say endurance, but advantage because he's young. He probably a little bit faster. You know, he will be. He probably gonna be faster than the Anderson because the age. But Anderson have the experience. What Adesanya don't have that kind of experience yet. You know, I saw Anderson doing things, all those things like you saw Anderson do in the fight, like these brilliant things he does. He don't train for. It's not one thing like he go and keep it drill this the whole time. He decides to do this at the fight, and man, damn, look, you know what he did with Forrest Green, foul, 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 you know, and then pop, pop, you know, man, with me, man, he bar triangle me and sweep me like, man, he don't train that. I know. He don't train the kind of body triangle before. He got long legs, he lock and sweep, you know. Um, the swift knee he did on Stephen Bonner. Same thing, man. He those things like he came natural, you know. One time with Chael Sonnen too. Chael Sonnen go hit him, he's like whoop, you know, like his leap, and then Chael Sonnen like a foul on the ground, you know. The kick he did on Belfort, man. Don't tell me like, oh no, I'm going to train the kick because Belfort, you know. No, man. It's everything. He got a lot of weapons, you know, a lot of weapons. And in my opinion, right, it's a hard fight for Anderson. But he got advantage because the fight is 3 rounds, you know. So if it was 5 rounds, he might gonna be, you know, he's one kind of guy. He never stopped to training. He's old, but he never stopped to training. Yeah, man. I think he. I mean, I can be wrong, but I think like you know, it's like you said, man. Like both kind of have the same game, but everyone beside Chris Weidman, right? Everyone who stopped in face of Anderson and kind of dance and play the game got in trouble. You know, got in trouble. I mean, for beat Anderson, in my opinion, and for beat Adesanya, that's going to be interesting because for beat that kind of game, even MVP too, you cannot wait. You have to pressure them. Don't let they think because with they you let they think too much, they kind of be comfortable, and that's the problem. You know, that's the problem. Or the other side can be a boring fight too. Can
Yeah.
be a super boring. Can be a super boring. You're gonna see two guys dance, you know, doing tricky things and nothing happens. That can happen too.
Like the Nick
You know,
Diaz fight.
kinda, kinda. You know, yeah, because they they both are counting. Period. They attack for the counting, both. You know, in so many ways. So that can be a boring fight too. You know.
Well, two things I see in this fight, and I've heard some other people talk about it, is that Anderson doesn't have to worry about takedowns in this fight, which makes him more dangerous. Because most of the other fighters that he's fought, they're always had some kind of grappling or something, you know, in their arsenal. But Adesanya, he's not that. He's more of like a sprawling and striker. So
Right.
that kind of gives Anderson a advantage. And also, Anderson has jujitsu off his back, which means that he
Mm-hmm.
might be able to pull guard on Adesanya, and which would be crazy to see, right? Do you think, because you've
I
been in
not
his
seen.
guard?
I not seen. Man, I trained with Anderson a lot. You know, on Brazilian top team. You know, at Minotauro's house. I don't see Anderson pull guard, but I can see Anderson try to take him down. I'm not gonna be surprised. You know, I'm not gonna be surprised. if Anderson go and take Adesanya down. I'm not gonna be surprised. Like a trip hand, not gonna be surprised at all. And Anderson is smart, man. He brought on. I don't know if you saw. He brought Alex Pereira to help him.
Yeah, I
You
saw
know who
that.
it is, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Alex
he
Pereira.
knocked out Israel.
Adesanya, yeah. And Alex, he keeping like a mess with Adesanya. Every fight that Adesanya won, every fight that Adesanya win, he posts like the knockout, on his social media, and he tag him, and yeah, I mean, not sure if this is gonna affect his mind, but I'm sure like Alex Pereira is gonna be there and talking crap. Oh man, knock him out. No, we're gonna kill you. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm sure he's not gonna get it on his mind. But Anderson is like a smart man. He brought the guy who already. I think he's the only guy who knocked at the same out
Mm-hmm.
was Alex Pereira. I don't see all the guys knock him out. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But on the other side, I don't see Anderson have the same game Pereira have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Anderson have the game. Pereira is like different. Pereira he go forward, push the pace, go forward. I don't see Anderson have the game. Anderson is more kind of Adesanya, and Adesanya is more like Anderson. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, man. Before I let you go, it's been like an hour now. I'm thank you for your time.
That's fine.
When are you gonna come back out? You said you're gonna come back out to Thailand in March. Are you coming back out to Korea anytime soon, or what's going on with
Yeah.
the jiu-jitsu thing?
Yes, we work to come back on April.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm sure you look a lot of like forums and sites in Korea, right?
Mm-hmm.
I promote these two kids as a black belt. There's like the youngest, like a black
Mm-hmm.
belt in Korea,
Yeah.
and for answer like, a lot of questions about it, like comments, like people tell me, those kids is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if somebody like a doubt about the jiu-jitsu game, go ahead and roll them and compete and challenge them. They're gonna be surprised. To be honest, like this kid Kim is gonna fight for the World FC belt right now. Is the strong bantamweight guy I roll in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he make weight for one for bantamweight. You know, and and I train with both. I train with both. I not like come there and like and give the belt. I say, hey man, okay, let's gonna evaluate your game. I roll with them, and I say, man, you guys legit. I'm gonna promote you guys, you know. And if anyone in Korea wants to challenge them, feel welcome because they are ready. The kid is like super nice kids. Train super hard. They train at Korean Zombie too. They told me that they meet with each other. I think train three times a week, 2 times a week together. Super hard. They are in Tiger Academy right now. Prepare for the fight for the belt. Yeah, man, I'm so happy with Road FC right now. I can. This whole thing. I mean, my BJJ association. Growing over there, meet more guys. And we work, we talk, and we might gonna make a grappling tournament over there on April. And I want to make the grappling tournament here in US, like a Road FC grappling tournament.
Oh,
That's the plan right now. We are in the conversation. So let's see.
definitely. It's good, man. I'll definitely let people. If I don't think no one's gonna go challenge them to a roll. To be honest with you, it's just people talking crazy.
Right, right. Yeah, because they might never compete a lot on BJJ, right? But man, doesn't mean nothing. What are you talking about? John, I have a jiu-jitsu for competing at BJJF. You know, that's one jiu-jitsu completely different from MMA. And I have a jiu-jitsu for self-defense too. It's completely different from MMA and from IBJJF. Those guys talking. maybe talk and crap is because they train for competing at BJJF. In my opinion, that's like a took the jiu-jitsu going down. You know, man, what are you talking about? People go there to compete to win the fight for one advantage. You know, they have their collar guard, the lapel guard, hold you, 50-50. They hold you for 9 minutes. And then in the last minute, they try to do an advantage and beat you for one advantage. Sorry, but that's not jiu-jitsu I learned. Jiu-jitsu what I learned is for finish, for control, for not get hit. That's what jiu-jitsu what I learned. From Carson Grace, from one of the best ever, man. You know, and it is. Those it's kind of and I talk with a lot of old school guys, and all they have the same mentality. Hickson Grace have the same mentality too. They destroy the jiu-jitsu right now. You're never gonna see jiu-jitsu guys, those like a world champions fight MMA. You know, I don't see. To be
Well,
honest, the last
isn't
one is gonna be Rodolfo Vieira. Because his jiu-jitsu is progressive. He go to finish. It's different. He don't stall. He just go for. But don't feel me wrong. Those lightweight guys, you don't see. You're not gonna see. Man, I have to be honest. You're never gonna see why the men's brothers they never do at least one MMA fight. What are you talking about? You know, man, you world champion, man. Come on, it's going to man all back in the days. Even to feel that at least once. Garcia, he did it. He don't like, but he did it. I mean, he felt. Why? I mean, come on, man, just go. Come on. Even I mean, he have it you, but come on, man. You martial arts. Come on. What are you talking about? He have it you. I'm sure they don't because the jiu-jitsu they have is not for MMA.
No, it's not.
You know,
It's sports jiu-jitsu, and that's a lot of the
yeah,
people that's probably talking crazy is the sports jiu-jitsu people that go and hold each other for however long, and they're
it's
not really even looking
boring.
for the
It's
finish.
boring. You're never gonna see jiu-jitsu in Olympic boring. You don't see like a fight like going on. They have to reduce the times. Change the rules. The 50 guard have to be penalized. You have or you make the heel. You cannot do the reverse heel hook. That's why they keep it to the 50-50 guard. You have to penalize. You have to have 30 seconds to work. If not, like it's the fee again. You need to make a change. Not that they change always. They change every year, but it's gonna be worse and worse and worse. So, but anyway, if somebody like have any doubt about it, go ahead and roll with them. Or challenge him for a fight with Gui. You know, the kid is legit, man. They game, they beat Bolo. They have a 50-50. The kid is legit. There's no, I mean, come on. I never gonna have a black. I'm never gonna promote somebody they don't deserve. Never, because I know for I got my black belt is hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. I don't want to promote somebody because he's pretty, because he's a champion, because he's this, because he's that. No, you need to deserve. And he passed on the test because we roll. And they give me a hard time. I roll with both. You know, so they deserve.
All right, Jucal, man, thank you for your time, man. Always good talking to you.
Always, bro.
Of course, I would have talked more about like the old school days, but today, the conversation kind of
Anytime.
went a different way. It's all good because I love talking about, Lima, and you're his coach, and
Sure.
and you've been coaching some of the best guys in the world for a long time, and
Yeah.
it's always good to, get whatever's in your mind out and listen to your
Appreciate it,
knowledge.
man.
So of course, I
Yeah.
will
Next
definitely
week
have
I
you
go
on and
to
later on,
go
and
to probably go to ATT next week. I'm gonna finish Junior dos Santos camp from Derek Lewis. So
Yes.
that's my next challenge.
All right, we'll definitely be watching that fight, and
Sure.
then and maybe well, man, next time you're out in Korea, I have to catch up with you. 'Cause I know you're so busy because it's a busy schedule when you get out here, but
Crazy, man. I
yeah.
drop. I mean, I land, go to hotel, sleep. The next morning, seminar. Finish the seminar, go eat with the people, and then go to the another city. Go to this. Is busy. But I'm gonna try to stay like maybe one more day if I can enjoy the city. If
All
I'm
right,
gonna talk to them. But
and
definitely, I
then
would love
I
to
will
have.
take you. I will take you around.
Yes,
So if you
sounds
stay
good,
one more
John.
day, I will
Appreciate
take.
it. I will. I want to tell him to stay one more day for sure.
All right, all right,
All
all
right.
right. Thank you, Jucao, man, for your time,
You
and
got it,
we'll see
John.
you soon again.
Sounds good. Send the link. I'm gonna share. Okay.
Okay, no doubt. Thanks.
You got it, man. Bye.